Nothing is shocking anymore. Everything is normal. Things that used to surprise us, outrage us, are just everyday life now. I miss the old days when some lines just weren't supposed to be crossed. There were certain limits to what people considered normal and abnormal. Today, the younger generation in America thinks that men can get pregnant, deciding to ignore the fact that a biological woman who dresses as a man is still a woman. To them, she is now a man. And if she happens to carry a child, she's now a pregnant man. James Clark does another amazing video interviewing students and average people on the street, asking them if men can get pregnant. The answers might surprise you. Or maybe in our times, sadly, they won't. Let's watch the first clip.
Can men get pregnant?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
No? You don't know?
I don't know.
I believe a man can get pregnant.
Sometimes.
I might have learned this in some class, I think.
Depends on what they identify as.
No.
I think, yeah, technically, yeah.
If you identify as male, but you're biologically a female, you can, yes.
You see the first reaction of this older woman, she literally bursts out laughing. The question is so ridiculous to her, it sounds like a joke. But then you have compilation of students who literally say yes, or they don't know, or question if there was a class about it at school. Are we serious?
Can men get pregnant?
No. That's a stupid question. But yeah, no. No.
No.
What's that, a trick question?
No, I don't think so.
No, impossible. You don't have a vagina to get pregnant.
I'm getting a little worried about where this conversation is going, so I will escape this conversation. I'm sorry.
What's so worrisome about it?
I feel like this is a controversial topic. I don't want to.
Is it?
I don't want to answer. We're not doing this.
Is it controversial?
It's controversial, definitely.
Well, why is that?
Because everyone has a different opinion of what a man is.
What source is this for? What's the...
This is going on MySpace.
On MySpace?
Well, no, I guess men can't get pregnant, but a trans female could get pregnant. Female could get pregnant.
I might have to pass, because I feel like that's a strange question for, at least in the current times, you know?
Again, we are seeing two extremes. The men at the beginning find the question ridiculous. How stupid to ask about it, as the answer is so obvious. Since we were little, we learned that it's mommy that gets pregnant, it's mommy that carries our siblings in her belly. Well, not anymore, apparently. And those students who refuse to answer the question stating that it's a controversial subject, you know why they won't answer? Because if they answer truthfully, meaning men can't get pregnant, they might be kicked out of school. They could lose scholarships. We've learned that from the previous interviews conducted by James Clark. Even though they might have the right view on the subject, they don't speak up to avoid any trouble with the faculty. It's insane.
Come on, you know that. Come on, man. You're a man, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you get knocked up?
No, sir.
All right, then why would you ask me something crazy like that?
It is a little crazy.
Oh, you mean because trans people say that they can do that?
No. Men? How can men get pregnant?
You haven't gotten pregnant?
No.
I mean, if there's a trans man who was assigned female at birth, I'm not a professional on gender studies in any way.
I'm not a professional at gender studies. That doesn't mean you can't form a logical thought, an opinion about the matter. If you follow the logic, no, men can't get pregnant. Do women who think they are men or decide to play dress up and pretend to be men exist? Yes. Are those women able to get pregnant? Yes. Does it mean men can get pregnant? No. See? I never had one gender studies class and I managed to answer. Also, gender studies, seriously? We need that? Didn't you have biology in high school? Seriously, waste of time and money and life.
Men don't have the necessary parts in order to carry a child to term, let's say.
I know it's a hot topic. I would say they're a little bit confused, but obviously it's tough to say, especially in the campus.
Especially on this campus. Did you hear that? He can't say it. He can't answer logically on the campus if he wants to keep his place at the university. This is crazy. Before we continue to the next clip, please take a second to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so all the new daily Freddo videos can find you on time. I also recently created a Patreon account, so if you feel like supporting my channel on there, you can find the link in my profile. Thanks all of you for being here, but now back to the main topic.
Well, I guess that there's the debate that you could say, okay, are you considering it on a basis of gender or sex? And if you're saying a man based on gender could get pregnant, then I think so. But based on sex, so I guess it's people's definition of that.
I wouldn't want to have a baby as a man.
No, that would be, how would that work? I don't know.
I don't know either.
First of all, sex and gender are the same thing. Then, there are standard characteristics of each of the two genders. And yeah, really, no biological man would be able to handle 9 months of pregnancy and birth of a child. I'll tell you that. And it's not to put men down. They are not made for that. We are. Women are. Isn't it ridiculous that it's a topic of conversation in our times?
So we're talking to some people today that are saying, no, men can't get pregnant. What's going on there?
Well, I think they believe that if you have a vagina, you're a woman, which is not necessarily the case.
What's going on there?
I don't know. I guess they're just thinking like in simple terms, like, a woman gets pregnant, man doesn't. Also, I feel like men can like breastfeed.
I guess if you were saying that men can get pregnant, then you would imagine that men could breastfeed as well.
Yeah, I saw it on BuzzFeed once, so I think maybe.
Are you trolling me?
No, I'm serious.
He saw it on BuzzFeed. Must be true. Not only we have biological women who become trans men that breastfeed, it's a biological woman breastfeeding her child, perfectly normal. However, in our times, we have men that breastfeed infants with chemically boosted lactation from their chests. Please excuse me while I vomit. I covered this topic right here. Have a look if you dare.
We're saying trans men. In your view, are trans men men?
Yes.
Okay. Do you always include it with trans before men when you say that, or do you usually just say men?
I think it depends on the topic.
For the purpose of the video, could we define man without using the word man in the definition?
For example?
Yeah, typically somebody who uses he, him pronouns would be a man.
I see a man as an XY chromosome. That's what a man is.
Fair enough. There seems to be some scientific evidence to support that claim.
Yes. Trans men and cisgender men do have different experiences.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it is important to differentiate between trans men and cisgender men. And a lot of times I feel like it comes from a place of ignorance.
Ignore science and biology. That's the part that's ignorant.
One thing that I'm showing a lot of people is earlier this year on Glamour magazine, you're mentioning media, Glamour highlighted this individual on the cover, right? And it says, I'm a pregnant trans man, meaning biological woman identifying as a man, and I do exist. No matter what anyone says, I'm living proof. So that's the individual right there. Is this evidence that men can get pregnant, or is this nonsense?
I'm going with nonsense.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not to my knowledge, no.
I'm not really sure.
I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on there.
If baby comes out, and I honestly don't give a
If it's a woman biologically, sure she can get pregnant.
So this
She
isn't...
have ovaries, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's a female. You know?
this is not good evidence to show that men can get pregnant.
No, that's an illusion.
I honestly can't get over the fact that the students are scared to answer truthfully. No, a pregnant woman dressed as a man is not a proof that men can get pregnant. In fact, it's the opposite. It further proves that only women can get pregnant, even if they are trying to look and act as men. A man dressed as a woman will never be able to get pregnant and carry a child. That's it.
That's a false message you send to children, because somewhere along the line, a child is going to see that.
Well, you mentioned children. This individual wrote a children's book. It says, In My Daddy's Belly.
Why? Why would you do something like that when you know you're misleading children? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I mean, it's hard enough to get up in the morning to go to school. And then they got to go to school and believe that, okay, I want to wear a dress, I'm a little boy. I mean, come on, the children got to live their life. At least let them choose, but they forcing it on them.
Would you ever read your children that book?
No, because that would confuse them.
In my daddy's belly. You know what's in daddy's belly? Food that mommy cooked. Or beer. Oh God. Poor kids. Honestly, individuals who push this sick agenda onto innocent kids should be investigated and charged with child abuse. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not gonna comment on that just because
We're getting into dicey territory there.
Dicey territory.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah.
Where are you at on that?
My personal belief?
Yes, sir.
I think it's wrong. You know, I think a man A man is a man, a woman's a woman.
You don't feel comfortable commenting on if that's right or wrong for children to read?
Yeah, no, not particularly.
What do you think? Do you think that is helpful for children, or do you think that's confusing? What do you
I
think?
understand why it would be complicated or why a person might be like, oh yeah, that's like, you know, like scary to show that to children, but I don't see how it could be detrimental to a kid.
Well, that's why some people shouldn't become parents. If you don't see how damaging it could be for your kid to read a book that says daddy, a man, can get pregnant, it's like making them less knowledgeable, less smart on purpose. They will go to school and claim men can carry babies. Why are you trying to make your kids stupid? And why stop there? Teach them that plants can walk, blue is green, that water is fire and fire is water. And then let them out in the world, having all this false information in their heads. And what if one day, as a teenager, your boy will come ask you, how should he protect himself from unwanted pregnancy? Himself, not to get pregnant. Because he doesn't want to get pregnant, of course, he needs to be careful. Stop messing kids up.
You're not going to be able to force it. And a lot of times, if you force something on a child, they're going to be rebellious if they don't want to do it. But don't just push that gender, thing. I mean, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, gender identity, gender ideology.
Yeah, don't do that. I mean, because a man is a man and a woman is a woman.
Exactly. A man is a man. A woman is a woman. It shouldn't be controversial to acknowledge. But somehow in our times, it is. And I know that it doesn't happen only in America. I know there's Canada and big European liberal countries that also cultivate this stupid agenda. But it seems to be starting over there, guys. That's why I comment on it, because I see it starting there and then flooding to Europe. And even in Cyprus, we have signs of it happening. It's all changing now, and it's not a good thing. And seeing that students in America are scared to speak the truth or are too brainwashed to make sense of things anymore, it's super scary to me. Here are a few comments on the original video. Imagine being 23 years old and spending your whole life in school just to become dumber as you get older. Complete idiocracy. Another one, you can see the fear of expressing the truth just dripping off these kids. Exactly. And this one, we lost an entire generation to this idiocy. Tragic. But as usual, guys, I want to know what you think on the subject. Can men get pregnant? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to like it, share it, so the algorithm will bring you right back here. And of course, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications to never miss another Daily Freddo episode. I also have a Patreon account now, so if you'd like to show support for my channel there, I'll greatly appreciate it. That's all for today. Have a good one.
It's a hot topic. I would say they're a little bit confused. Obviously, it's tough to say, especially in the campus.